Hey everybody, my name's John, and welcome to the Center Lane. Political debate from people from I consider in the middle. I think that's most of us. I would call it the silent majority. To quote the late great Dicknixon, which by the way is the name of my channel. If you'd like to go check that out, I got a bunch of videos, or I'm starting to get a bunch. Got a book in there I'm working on, stuff like that. Anyways, basically what I want to do is just kind of with this podcast is just try to find common ground. I think that there's a lot of us versus them. The media and the politicians love to pit us against one another, and I think that's a bunch of BS. Quite frankly, I think most people are inherently good, and I think that most of us want to help one another to all lead a fruitful and bountiful life. So that's a spin on it that people don't like to talk about, but I think at the end of the day, that's what we all want, right? So anywho, I want to just try to keep I like to hear what people have comments, what they like to talk and discuss. But I will say one thing, a story I want to share with you before I get started is, during COVID, it was a really scary time at first. We didn't know what it was. And yeah, history has revised it. And some people say, it's all the vaccines and all those other things for and against. It's not. If we're being honest with ourselves, that first couple months was scary for everybody. We did not know what this virus was. We just had no clue, right? So this weekend, I think everybody or most people would agree to that. Anyways, I live here in Florida, Central Florida, East Coast. And I know that most of you probably in your areas as well saw food lines trying to help people out. They lost their jobs. So a lot of people were giving away free food here, a lot of churches and community centers and such, which is great, right? So one thing I just really stuck in my mind through all that, through all that little kind of a scary time, was that everybody in that line that was getting food and giving food away, I didn't hear one person ask who you voted for. Nobody said, did you vote for Trump or did you vote for Biden or no, because it doesn't matter. I mean, sure it matters, but at the end of the day, we're in that together. And I think that's something that if we could take anything positive from that whole terrible experience was, at the end of the day, we're in this together. So, anyways, again, I like to think that this isn't MAGNA versus owning the libs and the squad and all that. I mean, yes, people have their opinions and they're certainly welcome to them. But at the end of the day, I would like to think that we are as one. Okay, enough of that. I'm going to take a topic a week. This week, I'm going to go ahead and okay, I'll admit it. I'm not crazy about the guy, Ron DeSantis, okay? I will say this, though, again, trying to be from a center lane perspective. When he was first elected here in Florida, I didn't vote for him, but my wife did. And I got to admit, the first 18 months or so, he came out of the gate pretty damn strong. He was really governing from the center, believe it or not. It's hard to believe that now, I know. You see all the headlines and some of it's superlative, hyperbole stuff, of course, but at the end of the day, he's changed. I'm sorry. I can tell you as a Floridian, I've lived here for 50 years. He's changed, So anyways, the first 18 months, he did a great job. He went up against the sugar company to keep the Everglades clean, the water. It was going into Lake Okeechobee. He stood up to them. They're really, I was a little bit about myself. I've been in the restaurant industry. I've and worked for corporate restaurant as a managing partner. I owned a couple of restaurants. And so tourism's big, right? You mess our water up, man, you mess up our water, man. You're killing us. That's what we got. That's our mountains. Colorado's got its mountains. We got our oceans. We got our streams and lakes and all the beautiful things that we have in Florida. And he really, a couple other examples. He went for this, with the medical marijuana deal that we had here that was kind of it got voted on, but then it got kind of put in a back burner. He brought it to the forefront, allowed it to flourish, and it's doing good now, and it's helping a lot of people. So that's great too, right? Even when COVID started, I'll tell you, he came out pretty good. I mean, I felt like he was leading, he was looking out for our best interests. But during that couple years there, something turned in his head. The worm turned, as they say, right? He just went off the deep end. Right now, he's, his floundering presidential campaign is really his own fault. I think if he would have kept that first couple years of governing that he did for Florida, he would have be doing quite well right now because he was putting it all together. He's a conservative. Okay, that's fine. And do I disagree with everything conservatives say? No, I don't. but I'm very business minded. I'm pro business, which makes me scratch my head with this Disney thing. And now he's going after Budweiser. I mean, the stock's only down $6 a share, dude. I mean, come on. You know how much money I've lost in the stock market? Which I could see everybody that went down a little bit. It don't work like that. He's just doing it to grab headlines, in my opinion. So I don't know what's going on with the guy. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Another couple things, obviously, it's affecting us, as me and my wife personally, as our homeowners insurance has almost tripled in the past 18 months. Our car insurance has doubled. I know that's not entirely Ron DeSantis' fault, but when you start talking about culture war things, you put it in front of pocketbook issues, which are really important to most people. How am I going to put bread on the table and pay my bills? I don't care about, if Bud Light puts somebody on a beer can. I don't care, I wouldn't make that number one. I wouldn't be hanging my hat on that and saying, look at what a great job I've done in Florida. It just doesn't make sense to me. So again, I like to hear other people's opinions on that. How about putting the people first, right? I mean, that's what you were elected to do. And it goes beyond just the governors, and we got to look at your local level. So I'm a political junkie. I read just about everything I get in front of me. I like it. I do. And I'm guilty of clicking on some stuff that's, kind of, less than newsworthy. I admit it, but I'd like to think that at the end of the day, we could all, come to some agreement and get some things done. A big hot button around here is the LGBTQ, hope I got that right, community. Having been in the hospitality industry and, I have a lot of gay friends, not just people I know, actual friends, and I have gay relatives. And I think most of us in this country have somebody that they either know or are related to or love or care about who want to see their friends or loved ones do well in life. And to single them out and make them, lepers of society, lack of a better word, that's just wrong to me. So again, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. I think that, who a person chooses to spend their life with as far as gender, that's their business, man, So I don't know. To me, the guy's gone off the cart path, as they say, if I was a golfer, which I'm not. But, come back to Florida, man. You're going to lose this presidential thing anyways. Come back to the center, where you started. And I think you'll find that maybe in 2028, if you actually do that maybe you could come back and be a real contender. Because I could tell you right now, in my opinion, again, which I love that I get to give that, you have no chance in the next presidential election, too. If you stay this course, you're just not going to get there. I think that you overestimate your chances amongst people who are on the far right. First off, you're not Trump. And listen, dude, you don't have his personality, and that's not going to happen for you. He's a cult of personality, amongst other things. The guy's got charisma. Would I vote for him? Yeah, never in a million years. But you know what? I give him credit for what he's done too. He has captured a portion of this country that's, it's undeniable. So anyways, enough about him. I'm going to stop it for right now, but I would like to, if you want to go and check out my channel, it's Dicknixon. Like I said, I'm working on a novel. I've got some podcast chapters put up on that, and I got some other stuff. I'm working on things here and there. But ultimately, I would like to just hear other people's opinions, sit some comments down there, get some discussion, and see what we can do to kind of bring this thing together. Who would be your ideal candidate? Who would you want to see to be president? I mean, I could take somebody from either side. I'm going to talk more about the presidential race in the next podcast, and I have my thoughts on that, and I'm sure you all do too. But who do you think would be somebody that could really bring us together? I know that sounds glib and almost impossible, but I'd like to hear what you have to say, and I really thank you for checking this out, and I will talk to you again soon.